There I am, guys. Good to see you today. Don't know how this is going to go. Don't know what I'm going to say, but it's Cam. It's 10 o'clock a.m. and it's time for coffee. And greatness starts with the first sip. It's weird. I had so much I wanted to say today, and then I hit the record button and it just all floated away. It's like I've been trying too hard to try to control what the universe wants me to say and less time interacting the way that I need to and just working on my skill sets, honing my skill sets. But it's all about one thing, and that is becoming a better version of yourself each and every day. And it doesn't matter how you do it, what facet of your life that you want to look at. It can be anything, just as long as you do that one thing that creates a better version of yourself. And it could be as simple as doing one rep with a 2 pound dumbbell, if that's a choice that you've never made before. It could be as simple as making that Facebook post public in your feed instead of friends only, or ignoring what the fear is and just pushing through, doing something different each and every day. And that's what I'm trying to do these days. I'm trying to not do everything, but just focus on one thing that will make me a better version of myself. And whether that's walking 15,000 steps at 4 o'clock in the morning, whether it's doing an exercise routine of calisthenics and progressive overload with weights, it doesn't matter. It could be as simple as talking for 6 minutes instead of 5 minutes a day and just honing my skill sets, becoming a better version of myself, trying to inspire more and more people because that's what it's about. That's what I'm called to do is inspire people to become a better version of themselves and to realize that there's only one race, and that's the race against yourself because you are no better than anyone else. You are no worse than anyone else. There's no need to judge anybody else for their choices and their decisions. It's sort of like my friend and mentor Matt has decided that instead of doing the new launch and the new program in February, he's going to focus on his roots and going back to the program and helping those people that he's helped all along, which means that I won't be doing that launch in February, but that's okay. It's going to give me more time to focus on what I need to be doing right now and working on inspiring more and more people to achieving their best life. And I'm not going to hold myself to how life's going to look going forward. I just know the universe is going to provide me with the necessary resources to fulfill my purpose, which is inspiring more and more people to become a better version of themselves, to find what's inside of them and move forward, to push forward to become that version of them that they've always wanted to do, to let go of the fear, to embrace what's going to keep them motivated going forward each and every day, becoming that better version of themselves, to not allow them to push and be locked up by the fear, but to figure out what's inside of them, what's going to motivate them, what's going to drag them forward each and every day, becoming a better version of themselves. And it doesn't matter what it looks like. I know that I cannot teach anybody anything. I am fully aware that everything is inside of us already, and we just have to learn how to express what we already know and forget about what other people say, how society says we should live our lives, and just live our lives true to the moment. Because in this moment, there is no fear, there is no pain, there's only the choice that you make in the upcoming moment. And once you start making those new choices and you start focusing on possibilities, you're going to find more possibilities opening up. And it's exponential growth all the time, as long as you keep pushing forward, making those choices, taking that consistent action. And I'm living proof. I could easily just sit on the couch and let the world go by, mindlessly watching television, worrying about other people, berating other people for the decisions they make, saying, oh, poor me. or I can modify my behavior, try to placate other people and present myself how people expect me to be, want me to be, because it's the way I was the day before. Or I can push through. I can embrace my power, embrace my medicine, not die with that song inside of me, and I can share. And that's what I want to do. I want to share with the world because each one of us are connected. If you're all concerned about your privacy, don't be, because we're each going through the same shit. And that's something that's hard to fathom. It's that privacy is bullshit. And once you realize and can embrace the fact that people sharing your journey, seeing what you're going through, and speaking through what you're going through and speaking through your own bullshit without fear of criticism, judgment, whatnot, that's when you can create new greatness. Because when we try to hold it in, it's just going to eat us up inside. Like, oh, I don't want people to know that I did that. Well, shit, my life's an open book. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks of me because you know what? It's me. And I know that by sharing what I've done in life and releasing the guilt, releasing the shame, and going forward in a new path and on new ways, then I'll get new lessons to learn. I'll see more people will gravitate to me because they're like, yes, he gets it. He understands that anything that he's done up until now has been building blocks to the version of him that he was meant to become in life. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop holding back, stop sugarcoating my words, and just be an open book. If people are pissed off at me because of what I'm doing and what I'm saying, or they're like, oh no, you can't say that. Well, I'm going to say it because you know what? At the end of the day, what's it matter? Life is too short to be ashamed, be guilty, to be upset about choices that you've made previously, and realize that every choice in your life has brought you to the here and now where you can make new choices. You don't have to keep acting in a certain way. You can make new choices each and every day, and it just starts with the small steps. Doing that one rep. It's like walking that one step. It's jogging a mile. It's saying yes to opportunities. And the more that you say yes to opportunities, the more opportunities you'll have to say yes to. The more you say no to opportunities, the more you'll withdraw yourself into a shell, being that fish in that small little bowl going round and round, just seeing the same thing over and over again. And you don't have to be that small fish in that fish bowl. You can expand beyond it. And the way to expand beyond it is doing something different. It's knowing what you want to do. It's not worrying about what other people think you should want, because there's nothing external on this earth that's going to bring you happiness. Happiness comes from within. It's being appreciative of everything that you've had along the way. It's being appreciative of all those building blocks. It's being appreciative of each interaction that you've ever had. It's about letting go of the bullshit. It's about unconditional service. It's about unconditional forgiveness. It's about unconditional love. Don't do something because you expect somebody to do something for you in return, because that's just going to leave you wanting. And it's not about wanting, it's about being, it's about love, it's about that interconnectivity of each and every one of us. I was lucky today, or last night, I should say. I guess it's a new day now. It's after midnight, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. But last night, I got a chance to see a friend of mine that I get to see about once a year. He's back home from the land of the midnight sun, or 24-hour darkness, I guess. And he's been back for a few weeks, but their schedules just hadn't connected up until today. And I embrace that. And I changed my regular way of being and wasn't held to my strict regimen, my strict routine. And I said, yeah, come on over. I was just about to go to sleep so I could wake up at 4 in the morning to do my 15, get my 15,000 steps in. But no, I allowed myself to say yes to an opportunity that I hadn't had for over a year. And it was great connecting and just being with people that have different perspectives and can open your eyes to new possibilities. And if you get stuck in a regimen, you're going to close your eyes to the greatness that's possible for you. And I'm smiling, I'm energetic, I'm vibrational today, even though didn't get as much sleep as I may have liked. I'm still buoyant and excited because I got to see a really good friend that I wouldn't have seen had I just stuck to that regimen. And you have to open your eyes to the possibilities and the choices. And once you make that choice, be okay with it. There are no mistakes. The only mistake that you can possibly make in life is withdrawing into your own shell and refusing to choose, because that's when you become paralyzed, and that analysis paralysis of going forward each and every day. And hey, all I need to do is concentrate on who I want to become. What's that version of me I want to be? How can I inspire more people? Focus on the possibility. Be grateful for every situation that's ever come across my path, and just go with it. And there's nothing material that's going to make you happy. The only thing that can make you happy is what's driving inside of you. What's that music inside of you? What do you want to serve the collective? How do you want to serve the collective? It's not about what's in it for you, it's about what's in it for them. And once you can realize that, that's when the magic happens. And I'm learning that each and every day. And I'm making choices towards becoming a better version of myself each and every day. And that's all that I want for you at the end of the day, is to become that better version of yourself. And I keep harping on it because once you know yourself, once you know what's going to drive you, that's when you become more passionate. That's when you can realize that you're no better than anyone else. You're no worse than anyone else. You are you. You are an individual that's connected to all of the other individuals around us. And our moral choices that we make are as individualized as a fingerprint. And as we live through this life, we have to be true to ourselves, not what society says, but what's true to you. If you see somebody doing something that you like, try to emulate it. If you see somebody doing something that you disagree with, don't do that. But don't begrudge them for making their choice. Just realize that that's their choice and go on a different path and make different choices yourself. You don't have to be a sheep. You can be a human being, spiritual, growth, exponential, and anything is possible. And you find and you start to achieve that anything when you open up your mind to possibilities instead of holding yourself inside that box. Because I know one thing, and that is I have yet to scratch the surface of what's possible for me. And I'm okay with that. And as I focus on more and more possibilities, I know that telekinesis is not off the table. I know telepathy is not off the table. I know sprouting wings on my back and flying around the stage like a bird is not unobtainable. And I know this because if it can be thought, it can be manifested into this reality. And as we focus on small steps each and every day, becoming a better version of ourselves, regardless of what society says, that's when the magic happens. So I'm going to leave it there today, guys, because I'm getting a little distracted, a little unfocused, and I realize that. But like I say, it's not whether I speak for 5 minutes or 5 hours. I'm honing a skill set. I'm becoming a better version of myself each and every day. And I can't worry about other people's choices. I have to worry about my own shit. And so figure out what's going to drive you. Figure out what's going to keep you happy, motivated, becoming that better version of yourself each and every day. Because that's when you can create greatness. And I hope that one of you listening to me today is going to hear that and it's going to resonate with you. And as it resonates with you, you're going to share that message and you're going to find that song that's inside of you and share it with the world. Quit worrying about your privacy. and start living your life as an open book. Have a great day, guys. Love you all. And don't forget to be kind to each other. And remember, greatness starts with the first sip.